Right, that is just a short, brief introduction. I'll just introduce myself. I'm Ranveer with the combined company with the authorized representative of Queen's University Belfast, which is in the United Kingdom, and we assist UB in short form in guiding students in applications, accommodation, scholarships, and visas for their study at Queen's Belfast, which is amongst the top 1% ranked universities offering a wide range of courses. And it's based in Northern Ireland, one of the most student-friendly cities too. And we have Neeta Tyagi, who is on the international office, and he's agreed to give us a brief presentation on the department's courses, entry requirements, scholarships, career destinations, and we'll take Q&A after that. And we will also be joined by two current students on the program who's done, well, currently studying research in pharmacy and construction project management. I see one's already joined, and they'll come on after the presentation and be able to take a few questions if you have and share their experiences. So over to you, Neeta, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Ranveer, and the team for organizing this. And I really thought the video was just so apt for students to understand and see what are the top 10 reasons for them to kind of choose Queen's. So I'll just try and share my screen. If there are any problems, it's just let me know. Just give me a shout out and I will share my audio. So yes, just I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yeah, if you can just put it into presentation mode. Great, thank you.
Just for my introduction, as Ranveer just mentioned, I am the South Asia Regional Manager for Queen's University Belfast. And today, I just want to kind of give you a few details about the university in terms of the available programs, scholarships, the entry requirements. We are still open for and accepting applications for the September 22. So if at all any one of you is interested, you can just contact the combined company. They are our authorized partners and they will help you through with the application and the process further. So just to give you a brief idea, I would first like to play a video to kind of give you a glimpse of what Belfast looks like. I hope you all can hear now.
Thanks.
Oh, it's a fine night, I feel cold. Wrap your arms around my bones. Light the fire, stay a while. Grab a chair and don't be shy. Drum
So that was just a short video to kind of give you a virtual tour to Belfast, see what we are famous for. As you could see from the video, the very famous spots in Belfast and what Belfast and Northern Ireland is known for. You could see that, we have a Titanic museum, which we are very famous, and everybody knows about Titanic, but a very less known fact about Titanic is that it was built in Belfast and it started to sail from Belfast. So it's very historic to Northern Ireland. And also you could see some beautiful landscapes, some of them which are World Heritage sites. Then a lot of students, I'm sure, have followed Game of Thrones. A major part of the show was shot in Belfast. Again, a booming industry in Belfast and Northern Ireland for filming and music. And when I see a lot of students and people kind of enjoying their life and amongst the buzzing city. So again, just to give you a glimpse of what nightlife and what life will be while living in Belfast. So I hope that was just a nice glimpse for all of you. Now, coming to where we are and where we are located, a lot of times students are not very sure on our location, and I understand it can be very confusing. So as you see on the map here, the red dot is Belfast. So we are based in Northern Ireland, which is at the island of Ireland, but we are very well connected to the UK. So if you see all the connecting dots in the small circle, so these are all the major airports and cities in the UK. So we are very well connected to the rest of the UK, and all these cities are less than an hour flight to Belfast. Again, if you see the bigger map, we are connected to the rest of Europe very well, and all of the major places are just about 2 hours flight. Belfast has two airports, which kind of makes it very unique. We have an international airport and we have a domestic airport. So any student, in terms of connectivity, it's very easy to get to Belfast. When students come to the domestic airport, it's only about 15 to 20 minutes away from the main university campus. And the international airport is about half an hour to the university campus. It's very easily accessible, and getting to the university is very, very easy, even for students who are traveling abroad for the first time. Again, if you see our connectivity to Dublin, it's only about hour and a half drive. So about 90 minutes, you will be in Dublin. So it's very well connected. When I talk about Belfast as a city, there are two USPs staying in Belfast, one of which is that Belfast is one of the safest places to stay in the UK and the second safest place to stay in the world. So even if you're coming back from the library late night, you really don't have to take cabs. You can come walking to the university campus. You can come to the accommodation midnight. There's absolutely no problem in terms of safety. And also it has one of the lowest living cost, which is a major factor for students while they're deciding their preferred university. So when I say lower cost of living, one of the reasons for the cost to be lower as compared to any other city is because we as a university are based very close to the city center. So the city center is only about 15 to 20 minutes walk from the main campus. Again, students don't pay any money in terms of commuting to the city center or to the university, because everything is just very easily accessible and everything is literally walking distance. A couple of students kind of decide to take bicycles. So that is also an option wherein, if you're not very keen on walking, you can kind of explore and get bikes for a year. Again, becomes very pocket friendly, and you save on cost. Again, eating out is a lot cheaper as compared to London or any other major city in the UK. In terms of entertainment, cinema, again, the price of movies is a lot cheaper as compared to any other city in the UK. So all of these factors kind of get your living cost down, and you will kind of be able to kind of manage your expenses a lot more in a managed way as compared to any other city. Now, when I talk about, I will just pause this video. So I want to show you where we are on the map and also a few student experiences where students talk about how it was while they were studying at Queen's as a student.
I looked at all the universities across the world and all the universities in the United Kingdom. Queen's, I found, was the best option. That was providing almost everything that I aspire to.
In my time here as a Queen student, it's everything basically from A to Z has been brilliant.
Honestly, I would say I'm not homesick at all. My parents are asking me, when are you coming back? I'm like, I don't want to get back. I like it here.
It's not just the university, but the quality of education you get here. That's really helpful for me out there in the real world to compete with the best.
The exposure that I'll be getting here, I can't get that back in my own country because there the competition is regional or national. But when I come here, I get to compete globally.
I came through into Belfast, which was a great support for me. They guided me well, and after coming to my second year, I was very happy.
When you're changing your country for the first time, one of your major concerns is whether or not the place that you're going to is safe. Belfast is one of the safest cities in the world.
There are Indian shops and we can buy all our vegetables, all our spices.
I've been seeing some landscapes over here. I went to the Dunluce Castle. Besides that, I went to the Giant's Causeway. It was a beautiful landscape.
I actually thought I would come here and watch some films, and I'd never been to Belfast or to Ireland. I'd like to shoot here in Ireland if the right kind of material comes up. Few days that I've been here, I feel that the people of Ireland are really warm.
So that was just a few experiences shared by students, and also the very well-known Amir Khan about his experience visiting Belfast. So Belfast, as you heard him saying as well, it is a very warm and a welcoming city. And one of the reasons is that Belfast has one of the youngest population in Europe and is also one of the happiest cities in the UK. When I talk about Belfast from my own personal experience, I have seen if you're wandering on the street and you look lost, there will be people stopping by to check if you're okay or you need help, so that you will never feel lost when you are in Belfast, even if you're traveling abroad for the first time. In terms of opportunities, a very big focus of the university is on employability, and I will touch upon this point in the next few slides. But I would like to mention that Belfast is one of the first destinations after London to attract investments. And basically big companies like all the big fours, Deloitte, KPMG, all of those companies are now setting up their biggest offices in Northern Ireland outside London. So a lot of opportunities for students to do their part-time jobs, to do their internships, and also to look for graduate jobs after they graduate from Queen's. When I talk about Queen's, we are the Russell Group University and we are the 9th oldest university in the UK. When I talk about the total student population, we are about 25,000 students in total, and out of which 3,500 students are international, which kind of makes, which gives you more surety that you will have a proper international exposure. You will kind of interact with students across 100 countries, which kind of gives you more exposure and also gives you a chance to interact with people from different nationalities. Now, when I talk about the courses at the university, we broadly classify all our programs under 3 different faculties. The first one is the Faculty of Medicine, Health, Life Sciences. The other one is Engineering and Physical Sciences, and then Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. We have programs all across undergraduate, postgraduate, and postgraduate research. These are just a few programs at the undergraduate level. I will just quickly run through these. Broadly talking about the entry requirements, if at all we have any undergraduate student join us for the session today, we would require anything between 30 to 36 if you are an IB student. Any student following the CBSE or ISC curriculum, anything between 70 to 85 on an average is our requirement for most of our programs. Of course, programs like medicine, dentistry, law are an exception to this, but most of the programs will fall under the category of 70 to 85. Then we give scholarships as well. So we have international scholarship, which ranges between 2,500 to 3,000 pounds. Then we also have the India Academic Excellence Award, which is an exclusive scholarship for students coming from the select 50 schools across India, and they have the opportunity to get a 7,500 pound scholarship for their first year. And there are total 15 awards available under the India Academic Excellence Award category. We also have Vice Chancellor's Attainment Award, which offers 50% reduction in the tuition fee, and there are 4 awards available in this category. Now, talking about our postgraduate programs, we are still open for most of our programs at this point. Under the Faculty of Arts Humanities, we have the very famous Management School. Under the Management School, we offer all programs starting from MSc Management to International Business, Marketing, Business Analytics. Actuarial Sciences is a new program that we've launched. Business Analytics, all of these programs are 1-year programs. All programs across different faculties are 1 year, and we only have a September intake at this point. MBA requires 3 to 5 years of minimum experience. Then we have under the School of Law, we offer international business law, we offer human rights, we offer criminal justice. Then we are also very popular for a School of English, and we offer different programs under creative writing, poetry, literary studies. Then moving to engineering and physical sciences, we offer most of the engineering programs, starting from the computer science department, where we offer data analytics and applied cybersecurity. Then we have mechanical engineering with management, Then we have construction project management, city planning and design, planning and development, architectural design. Then we have the very famous construction project management, material science. We've also we've launched a program called Net Zero Engineering, which is getting very popular and will be a very demanded program in the coming few years. Then under the Faculty of Medicine, Health, Life Sciences, we've got molecular biology and biotechnology, pathology of cancer, pharmaceutical analysis, then bioinformatics, public health, and global health. All these programs listed on the slide come with internship, which means that the student will study 1 year at the university and you will go for your internship year in the second part of your degree. Now, in terms of our requirement, most of our programs will be a 2:1, which means 60% and above. If you're graded a CGPA, your CGPA should be 6.5 and above. For programs like construction project management and MSc management, we accept students with a 2:2, which means any student having a 55% and above in their undergraduate degree will be eligible for those programs. And in terms of a CGPA basis, anybody having a 5.8 CGPA and above should be eligible. Now, these are just the fee for different programs and different schools. Scholarships, there are very attractive scholarships for students coming to study in the 22 intake. Of course, just like an undergraduate student, there is an automatic scholarship for any student who's paying a classroom-based fee, which means a program which does not include lab will get an automatic scholarship of £2,000. Any student who's doing engineering programs or any program that has a lab attached, their scholarship will be a £3,000 scholarship. Again, we have the Vice Chancellor's Award available for postgraduate students as well. Again, have 4 awards available, which is a 50% reduction, and you will have to apply for the scholarship by the 10th of May. Then the Queen's Management Scholarship is the most attractive scholarship. This is a scholarship. We don't have the deadline. We've taken off the deadline. Any student who gets an offer for the management school, except for MBA, will be eligible for a £5,000 scholarship on their offer for the September 22 intake. Now, we also have one great scholarship, which is only applicable for students coming to study advanced architectural design. You need to have an offer and you need to accept the offer and make an application for this award by the 31st of May. It is a £10,000 reward for your tuition fee. Irrespective if you're coming to study with us for an undergraduate program or a postgraduate, we offer IELTS waivers. So any student who studied in a CBSE or ISC board and has a 70 plus in English in grade 12, we will give you an IELTS waiver. Any student coming from the Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, West Bengal or Karnataka state board and has a 70 plus in English in grade 12 will also be eligible for a IELTS waiver. Now, why study at Queen's? Of course, like I said, Queen's has a very big focus on employability. So any student who comes to Queen's and registers as a full-time student at Queen's, they get access to an exclusive app called the My Future app, wherein the careers and employability post regularly about any opportunities in terms of part-time jobs, internship opportunities, or graduate jobs. Everything gets posted. And depending on how proactive you are in applying and checking the opportunities available, you can kind of, apply to all the relevant jobs that match your profile and are suitable for you. We also conduct 2 job fairs, which happen. One happens around November and the other one happens around January and February. And we invite companies across all disciplines, and students are free to kind of go and visit different companies, understand what the opportunities are, and apply to the jobs that are relevant to their profile. So, and across throughout the year, there is a lot of support given to you by the careers and employability. Any student who's facing challenges in writing down their CV or appearing for their final interview sessions, the careers and employability, you can take an appointment with them and they help you build your CV. They also conduct mock interview sessions for students. So there's a lot of things and support given to you from the universities, and as long as you ask for support and you're proactive enough and you're taking the enthusiasm and you are enthusiastic enough to get a job for yourself or a part-time job. Any student who's coming to study at Queen's or in the UK in general, you can work 20 hours part-time during your term time. If you're working on the university campus, you can work up to 15 hours. So just mentioning about all the focus that the university has on employability and all the support that we provide to students, we are ranked #1 in the UK for entrepreneurial impact. We are also amongst the top 10 universities for student placements, and we are ranked number 140 in the world for graduate prospects. These is just a snapshot of a few companies that we work with across various programs. Another question that most of the students have is about the accommodation. We have accommodation available on campus, and there's a whole range of accommodation that's available, starting from £84 going up to £180, depending on the type of accommodation and the type of amenities you would prefer. So there is an accommodation that's close to the university campus. There is also a newly built accommodation that's nearer to the city center. So depending on what your preferences are, if you prefer to stay closer to the university, you could choose that accommodation. If you prefer to stay closer to the city center, you could choose the accommodation accordingly. And then there's a whole range of accommodation options available, from 3-bedroom to 4-bedroom to 6-bedroom. These are just a few pictures of the newly built accommodation, which is very modern for students and very comfortable. This just brings me to the end of this presentation, and I see there are a few questions already in the chat box. And
if I could just come in there,
yes,
Anita.
please.
So we have Prasenjit, who's just graduated MSc Construction Project Management, and we'll have another student, Bhavish Bhaviskar, also joining us, who would just take a few minutes. If it's all right, they can just share their student experience.
Absolutely.
I think that'll be
That
useful.
would be wonderful.
Go ahead, Prasenjit. If you can put your video on, just briefly, your professional and academic journey of what you were doing in India and your reasons to pursue the course and what you're doing, and overall your journey from Queens to where you're headed now. Thank you.
Yep. Hi, Ranveer. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. In a nutshell, I'll say in India, I was working as an engineer over here. I'm a civil engineering background, so having a lot of experience over there in MNC, working over there. And after that, I headed for UK, Belfast University, Queen's University over there for construction project management. And I did completed my 1-year course this January itself. And after that, I was lucky enough to got a job over there. And I'm currently working over there as one. I'm not sure whether my video is okay with that, but
Oh,
yeah,
I can see you. Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
So you did the 1+1 program, is it?
Yeah, for me it was a 1+1, means MSc 1 year, and after that internship was there. But before joining that internship, I did got an offer from a company itself before there, because I was having few of experience, so that helped me on that. So it was a boost for me. So I did accepted that job, and I'm working over there as a full-time engineer.
Okay, and what is the area or industry or?
I'm working as a consultant right now in one of the MNCs over there in UK as a mid-level engineer, you would say, over there itself. Yeah.
What is your background of your bachelor's degree in India? What did you do?
In India, I did PE from Calcutta, actually, in Shipu. So it was engineering and civil engineering over there. So yeah.
Okay. And how did you find the course? I know we have some construction project management students on here, so they'll be interested to hear from you for a minute. How did you find the course, your academic experience, faculty interaction and generally living in Belfast? I think that's the most
Yeah,
common
yeah.
questions.
I'll start with because for me also it was when I have first time visited outside my country toward a new country, a foreign country as a student. Definitely, even I had that many queries whether it's right or wrong to go there and all. But I'll rather after completing the course over there, I found means yeah, that is the best step that I have made for my future. I'll rather say because the teaching techniques that has been there in the Queen's University Belfast and the course modules that was there that actually helped me to build my career more in that. So it was like means I was working in India as an engineer only, but whatever the additional things that was required that I got from that construction project management, and it got a lot of opportunities for me, and that's why I did back a job over there in the UK itself. So yeah, means likewise in modules, everything was clear, and in the website itself, you can go and check whatever the things they will help you to understand and go through. There were the tutors. Main thing what I will say means to learn from in foreign universities outside India, it will be whenever the instructor or the teachers they are teaching. So their techniques were much more unique. Because means from me it was an Indian background and Indian engineering college over there, but after there whenever I went there it was a very advanced kind of thing, and the interaction between a student and a teacher, it was much more means fruitful, I'll rather say. And each and every student over there I found out, and also the tutors and the libraries facilities, each and everything was fantastic, I'll say. So
right.
Yeah, it was a great experience for me.
Right. No, thank you for that. If you can just stay on a few minutes, Prasenjit, if that's all right.
Yep,
Just to take some Q&A, we have just joined by Shubham, who's a PhD student in pharmacy. Shubham, thanks for joining. I know you just finished a meeting, so if you could just share your experience, Shubham, of what you were doing in Gujarat in terms of your education and your reason to pursue a PhD, and what was your experience to date?
Hi Ranveer, how are you?
Hi, all good. You can put on your video if you like.
Oh, okay.
Great, thank you.
Hi everyone. So I'm Shubham, and I come from Gujarat and Maharashtra as well. But I was born in Gujarat and stayed there. I completed my undergrad and PG in organic chemistry from Gujarat. After completing my PG, I joined in Torrent Pharmaceuticals, where I worked for like almost 2 years, and that is where I contacted Ranveer and the team, the combined company, who helped me to get admissions in all the top universities in UK, like Manchester, Birmingham, because I was assured. I got assurance for a scholarship from Indian government. So I only wanted to opt top 100 universities, in which I chose QUB at times when I joined as a student in MSc pharmaceutical industry, which was a really nice experience for me, because coming from a background of quality assurance from Torrent Pharmaceuticals and moving into a course where you get knowledge about all the analytical techniques that are being used in chemical and pharmaceutical industries. So I completed my master's in pharmaceutical analysis in 2017. And that is where a spark came into me, like, yes, I want to do my PhD, because the thought that came into my mind was only because the structure of the course in Queen's was absolutely so fantastic. Where I completed my master's project, it was a degradable polymer-based project, in which it was going to be used for drug delivery. So that is how I came into a drug delivery program in School of Pharmacy, and currently I'm a final year PhD student, almost about to finish my PhD in a couple of months, and I work in ocular drug delivery systems. Talking about experience in Queen's University, is that it's the best university for research in science and computer science and engineering. It's a great city to come over here, a scenic city, I would say, nice places to visit in Belfast. And happening city. So with a nice Irish slang and Northern Irish slang, so you would love to talk in that Irish slang, Northern Irish slang when you come over here. And if you have any questions about any chemistry-based or pharmaceutical courses, just can ask me.
Great, thank you, Shubham. Any questions? I think for just directed towards Shubham and Prasenjit, they just joined for a few minutes. So we have Aditya who's inquiring, what was the process of finding a post-study job? From Aditya directed towards Prasenjit. If you could just share your experience, Prasenjit, how did you go about doing that?
Yeah, the experience, I would say, I did bag the job within 10 days. That was the shortest thing happened actually. So means it was, yeah, means I had to apply. Means I did apply to many of the many of the companies over there, over here, means in UK. But yeah, means yeah, means if you have that means MSCs means done, means when that is complete, and you can show it in your CV, so that makes an impact. And as you understand, QB is it's in the higher rank around the UK and all. So yeah, it played a good role on that.
So did you go through the career services or did you apply directly? I think that was
no. I would say LinkedIn actually helped me on that. LinkedIn, so I got that means directly from that itself. Yeah.
So they knew you were a student studying this course. They saw your profile, and they approached you directly. Is that right?
Yes, yes,
and,
yes.
And you reached out. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. I think a related question was perhaps directed, is it necessary to have civil engineering for construction project management background? I think Neeta, perhaps you can just comment on that.
Yes, I've already answered in the chat, but
Oh,
yes,
is it? Okay.
basically we accept students across various disciplines in science, engineering, architecture, management, or social sciences as well. As long as you have a 55% and above, you should be eligible.
Right. We have someone from Naksha, but inquiring about computer science. So Shubham has done pharmaceutical sciences. So I'm not sure whether that's the right question.
So basically, for computer science, I might try and answer this. So we have a lot of projects listed on our website. So if you just type in Google QUB and PhD, you will go on to the QUB PhD page, which lists approximately, I would say, about more than 600 projects.
Right.
And these are all live funded projects or non-funded. All the details about each project is given on the website. And depending on what is of your area of interest, you could apply for those projects, contact the supervisor from there directly, and if you have your research proposal ready. So it's a very handy website. I will drop in a link in the chat box just in a second.
If anyone got any final questions, only for Shobham or Prasenjit, who are current students, please post now. Otherwise, we'll let them get on to their meetings and other work that they're doing. You can just post that in the chat or in the Q&A if it's only towards the current students. Okay, I think in that absence of any further queries, you're more than possible to engage with us at a later stage. So Prasenjit and Shobham, thanks for joining. We'll connect with you later.
Yeah,
thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Prasenjit, for coming in today. Thank you.
Bye.
I think let's just move on to the other questions in the Q&A. I think scholarships is obviously an interesting and common query from many. We can just cover that again.
Yes.
What are the scholarships for masters, and typically what is the process and deadlines?
Absolutely. So basically, we have a lot of attractive scholarships for students coming in this intake. And one of the very popular scholarships is, of course, the Vice Chancellor's Award, which is only 4 awards available. And it's a very competitive scholarship. It is a 50% reduction in your tuition fee, but I'm afraid that if anybody who has an offer, of course, can apply to it, because the deadline for application is the 10th of May. But apart from this, we also have other scholarships available, which is the International Office Scholarship, which are automatic awards ranging between 2,000 to 3,000 pounds, depending on what program you choose. If you're doing a lab-based program, you will be awarded a 2,000 pound scholarship. If you're doing any engineering programs or a program which includes a lab feature, then you will be given a 3,000 pound scholarship. We also have the Queen's Management Scholarship, which is very attractive. Any student coming to study any management programs under the management school, except for an MBA, will be eligible for an automatic 5,000 pound scholarship, which will bring your tuition fee to be around 16 or 16,500 pounds for a year, which is a very attractive and a very good, scholarship, considering that our management school is very highly ranked and we are accredited by EQUIS, which is again a very renowned body for recognition. Also, considering the cost of living in Belfast is relatively very low compared to other cities, your approximate cost of the overall cost of the overall course for 1 year will be way lower compared to staying in any other city. Then also we have a few other scholarship for which is the Great Scholarship available to students studying advanced architectural design. You have to make a separate application for this scholarship, and the deadline for application for the Great Scholarship is the 31st of May. Then we also have the early bird reward available to students who have an offer and are able to make a full fee deposit. They can get additional 1,500 pound scholarship over and above any other scholarship that they receive.
Right. And I think you've shared that earlier in your presentation, so we'll share it. We'll share it to the students in the recording. So I think Aditya had a query on the graduate route. Yes, anyone who's done a bachelor's, master's, or a PhD course is eligible for a 2-year up to a 3-year if they've done a PhD graduate immigration route, which allows you to work in the United Kingdom for 2 to 3 years. That answers your question, Aditya. You didn't mention what course you're interested in.
Closed from April 23 onwards. We don't know yet. It's still open.
Yeah, unless you're working for the British government. Well, so far they have not said anything. And they just started it last year. So, and that is one of the key cornerstones of the UKVI and the British government. So, especially in the key skilled sectors of STEM.
What if we apply now, Misha, and you don't get the eligible marks? So basically, any student who's applying and is studying in the final year, you will be applying through all the documents that you have available until your last semester. Right. So basically, if you're studying a 3-year program, you will have your results up till the 5th semester. So you apply to the program with your grade 10, 12, and your semester 5 mark sheets, on the basis of which we will give you a conditional offer, which will mention of you receiving your final degree certificate with a minimum pass of maybe a 60% or 55%, depending on the program that you're applying to. And then you submit your final scores as and when you receive them. So a lot of our students are still in their final year, so it's absolutely fine. You can apply and you can contact the team at Combined Company who will help you through the entire process.
Right, so you'll get a conditional offer, right? Which is based on your predicted. I think there was just some general questions of Sai had for undergraduate degree. What is the fee structures?
I've answered.
I think you answered that already, right? And I think it was undergrad in computer science. And he's keen for this year. If you have anything related to
undergraduate. I'm not sure. Is this the question from Sai?
Sai, that's right.
Yes. So Sai, you can get in touch with the team again at Combined Company. We have a few scholarships which are exclusive to a few schools. So I don't know what school you come from. So we can kind of see if your school falls under the category of the India Academic Excellence Award. We can try first to apply and get an offer, after which you can apply for the India Academic Excellence Award, which is a £7,500 discount on your first year tuition fee.
Right. Okay.
Any other questions?
I guess for the fully funded, I think it's only the VC up to 50%.
So, yes, that's correct. Yes.
Mohammed Sharik.
Which is a very competitive scholarship, only 4 awards available.
That's right. Right, and he was interested actually in an undergrad as per this query. Okay. So that's again dependent on the school up to £7,500. Okay. Right, I think we have pretty much gone through most of them. If there are any further queries, you can just raise your hand. Otherwise, you can just post it. We'll be able to take your questions after that. If there's any recommendations, you mentioned, Nita, on deadlines or courses which are closing more and sooner, and
construction project management.
Right.
Construction project management is one of those programs, very, very popular. Yes.
Right. And you mentioned the deadline of 10th May is for the 5,000 or the £7,500 scholarship?
The 7,500.
Yeah,
so basically £5,000 scholarship doesn't have a deadline. The 10th May deadline is more so for the Vice Chancellor's Award, which is a 50% reduction in the tuition fee. Yes.
And for that, they need to be holding an offer, or you can simply make an application?
They need to have an offer, and they should have accepted the offer. So a lot of our programs would have a condition to pay a deposit to confirm your seat. So they should have met the condition of paying the deposit and accepting the offer.
Okay. And after that deadline, then most postgraduate programs you said is up to £3,000.
Correct.
And the management school 5,000.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Only the arts humanities programs would be about a £2,000 scholarship, but most of our engineering programs, all engineering, in fact, except for construction project management, would be 3,000.
Okay.
I hope you've answered.
Yeah, I think we have pretty much gone through. If there's any final questions,
yeah, perfect.
You can just take them now. Otherwise, any closing?
Last minute questions?
Right. I think, well, I'm not sure Nishant, he said he's done MTech Energy, working 10 years plus. He's interested in PhD, one of the options after BE Mechanical, MTech Energy. This is Nishant Lalka.
Okay. Yes, completed work experience 15 years. So we have, like I said, for PhD, it's very dependent on what your area of interest is and what is the expertise available at the university. So I would again kind of refer back to the same link that I've posted in the chat. Just go on the on that link, find out the projects available and apply to any relevant project that you think matches your profile and is of interest to you. It's a very simple process that you just apply with your research proposal, contact the supervisor, and if the supervisor is interested and thinks there is a match in the interest area and they think you will be suitable, they will kind of come back to you. So you'll have to be a little patient with PhD applications. It generally will take a little longer as compared to any other student applying for a master's or an undergraduate program. But that's the best way to kind of work ahead and start working on your application.
And you can apply anytime, or is it only to the September?
No, we basically accept applications for PhD all across the year. Okay. But most of the funding that is available would be for students starting early around September, October. Yeah.
Right. And would students know the extent or possibility of funding, or is it preferable to start with an MRes?
No, so basically, Ranveer, it literally depends on a student and their profile.
Right.
Of course, MRes is considered to be a step or a way to get a PhD later on, because the expectations of the tutor and supervisor are very different to what we are taught in India. Right. So it's always preferable, but if at all a student has relevant experience and has a very good profile in terms of having a good research proposal, they can try for a PhD directly. But if they're not able to get through, then we will ask them to go through the MRes route.
Right. That's also what we normally recommend, especially for someone who's not already done a master's. If they've done a master's, then they already have some level of higher education postgraduate experience. All right, wonderful. I think that pretty much takes us to the last question, which you have answered.
Neeta, I have a question here for one student. If
Yeah.
he applies now, like for example today, is there any chance if he can apply for the scholarship on 10th?
No.
Like if he
Because you
can
wouldn't
get
be able to get an offer now.
no? So whosoever has got offer can apply, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thank you.
But there are other scholarships available, Harshali. So we can apply for those scholarships, and some of them which are automatic, of course, is also a very big amount for, especially for the management school, is a 5,000 award.
Yeah, and there's a 1,500 full fee payment on top of that.
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
that's
correct.
6,500.
6,500, yes.
So it's good for one of the top ranked business schools. Wonderful. Any closing remarks?
Thank you.
Which I think we've taken up your time, and we'll certainly circulate
Okay.
back with all the students in the recordings, the ones who didn't attend but are still interested for further progress of their
Perfect, Ranveer. Thank you so much. Thank you for organizing this, and thank you everyone for joining in. Please, we look forward to any of your queries after this session as well. And me or Ranveer's team would be very happy to answer anything that you have for us. Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I'll just-
Ranveer. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. I'll just post a study abroad poll if anyone wishes just to get your preferences of your study and your preferences for study abroad. You're more than happy to get your feedback. Thank you, Neeta.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.